The Worship Hour is a Christian contemporary music bulletin of the Philippine Christian fan-made broadcasters. All songs featured are duly owned by its respective groups and individuals. Duplication and illegal broadcast of this episode is strictly prohibited. Ito ang 702 DZJS. Kagapay mo sa katotohanan. Member, Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters at kapisanan ng mga fan-made broadcasters ng Pilipinas.
You're listening to koolFM. koolFM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Sondo's greatest hits are here.
Hello everyone, good morning, and welcome to Hello Pilipinas. Today is Sunday, August 18, 2024, and yes, we are here to start your day with the lifestyle and entertainment happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas, along with the koolNews headlines. Alright, so let's begin today. Yesterday, regarding the koolFM, as usual, we always talk about what happened in koolFM. Well, I would say that the koolFM has been going well so far. There was some delays though for koolNews at 4, and it eventually got cancelled because of our technical team sleeping. So koolNews at 4 did not happen. So yeah, and Talk with Sam and Geometric was not available because he needed a rest. So yeah, he was not available to do my TGON and koolNews prime time, and he didn't even appear on Talk with Sam because he needed some rest. So there's that one. Other than that, nothing much has changed. But yeah. Okay, so now let's get into the lifestyle happenings as we get into it now. And we'll start the screen share. Was the program earlier updated? Yes. I have already downloaded the revised ones. I have already checked it, yeah. Yep, already. You're welcome. By the way, if you wanna stay here, you are more than welcome. If not, that's fine. You can leave the stage. So yeah, okay. So now let's start with the lifestyle. Okay, today's lifestyle happenings, let's get into that. We have already covered esports and this one, so that's this and that one, so we're not gonna cover that again. So this is slow. That's interesting. This is slow news. So, well, what are we going to cover? We have already also covered the mirror too, so we're not gonna do that again. Alright, so let's have a look at must-eats in Makati today. So, this is the must-eats according to the cast of Mula sa Buwan. So, let's get into that now. From one theater fan to another, here's some practical advice. Eat before you watch a show. It is, after all, almost 3 hours spent inside the theater, and a 15-minute intermission is barely enough time to go for a snack. But the good news is that most theaters are located near a lot of good restaurants and cafes. Another piece of advice based on personal experience, you'll definitely want to eat again after the show. For certain shows, some alcohol may be necessary to done not just the bites but the thoughts and feelings post-show too. The upcoming restaging of original Filipino musical Mula sa Buwan is likely to be based at the Samsung Performing Arts Theater located within the mall. It's also just a few minutes away from some of Makati's most popular restaurants today. Yup. So as they say when in Rome, do as the Romans do. In this case, do as the theater folk do and load up before a show or do your post-show debriefing over drinks at these Makati spots. So, the in, so inquire so inquire sorry so lifestyle inquire sorry not lifestyle inquire but I mean inquire lifestyle has asked the cast of Mula sa Buwan for the recommendation. So here we are. Assembly Hall. Assembly Hall is one of the cafes that may well be any young creative's ideal. Aside from an extensive office coffee menu, the space is conducive for remote work thanks to its spaces, tables, and numerous outlets to charge devices. Its modern interiors also make it very Instagrammable. Recently, they also began to beef up their food menu. Aside from a selection of pastries, they added brunch items to the menu, from sandwiches to pasta. Jillian Itaas, who is reprising her role as Gabrielle in Mula sa Buwan, recommends visiting the cafe if you want to caffeine date before watching a show. What I would recommend is their campfire latte. Get it iced. May malaking marshmallow siya na amazing. She got shit. So this is the picture you can see here. Yeah, this is what you can expect here. It does look nice. It does look nice. After 6 p.m., the coffee shop closes and its hidden next door space hereafter opens. But if you are the type to want to drink and talk about the show after, you could also go to the same space because they serve cocktails. Yep, there's that one. Next one is Haunted Pig, and they're located at 109 Esteban Makati. They are open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, and distance from the theater is less than 2 to 3 kilometers, which is 50-minute drive. And I also forgot to mention their assembly hall is located at HMA 773 JP Rizal Street, Makati, and they're open from 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. daily, and their distance from the theater is less than 900 meters or 5-minute drive. Okay, now let's get into this spotter pick. Now that we have set the address, time, and distance, this specialty coffee shop originated in Surigao, and its warm interiors coupled with its alfresco space decked with wood accents and wicker chairs hark back to its summer destination roots. More than its aesthetics, though, Spaldebek also serves a sizable menu of good coffee and hefty all-day brunch meals. So you have Taksu Sando, you have strawberry croissant and sea salt latte, and berry matcha. Ooh, what do I like here? I would say I like the left one, and I like that there and that one. Katsu Sando and berry matcha. I would love to try that one someday. Okay, they take pride in their baked goods too, with several croissant sandwiches in on the menu in flavors both savory and sweet. The strawberry croissant, for example, is stuffed generously with a sweet cream. Ooh, are strawberries, while their croissant BLT packs the flaky buttery pastry with strips of bacon. bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, egg, and a generous drizzling of sauce. MC tells Cruz, who plays Christian in this 2024 run of Mula Sabuan, has his own favorite brunch pair from this cafe. Yung katsusando, sobrang laki nila, parang hindi kaya ng isang tao. Sobrang sarap, he says. Super must try din yung sea salt latte. Good one, huh? Yeah, I think I will try sea salt latte first and then berry matcha. Yeah, this seems to be promising. Alright, next we have a lot here to that's a lot of restaurants, which we will get into that in just a bit after we have covered the rest. Next is South Sam, and they're located at Zanland Building, 152 Amaral Solo Street, Legazpi Village at Makati. They're open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Tuesdays to Thursdays, Sundays. And 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. And they're closed on Mondays. Ooh, that's interesting. They're they're open on midnight, which is not what I expected. Anyways, subtop of these and then building along Makati's Solo Street. This greenhouse settlement suggests mix of furniture and decor, making it a visually interesting spot. Jerome Kanban describes Salsam as a breakfast place, but at night it becomes a chill Numan place na may tumultok na bands. With Salsam's ironic patchwork coach and resident feminist cat in view, chills sounds just about right. I can't say about this one that since there's no photos there were no photos provided. So I can't say about this one, but I will we'll see. Next is Overdose, and they're located at the ground floor in Alia Mall Circuit in Makati. They're open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays to Sundays. And distance from the theater is 3-minute walk, providing employment for deaf individuals. The branches are mostly run by their deaf partners, and they also promote learning and using Filipino Sign Language through regular workshops. Ooh, nice. From Kiev Brunch is their second and most recent standalone cafe. The menu has also expanded to more than just donuts and big-nuts. In their cafes, they offer a variety of dishes from pizza and pastas to rice bowls. Grandpa Ginilian, who is reprising her role as Roxine, personally recommends Overdose Pandas enter Spanish, I would say. 1. Makati Square, Fernando Makati. There's lovers of Japanese specialties across this beloved Makati food Maka, and the block occupied by Makati Central Square. Fakasemi, looking entry, a stone path story head leads into larger dining space with small private rooms enclosed by Japanese style wooden. You can expect when you go to this restaurant, you have, and they do have the caption here. So it says Kaisadon. Okay, let me stop screen share. There we go. Alright guys, it is now 7:21 in the morning, and now we will get into the latest cool news headlines coming up right here on Hello Pilipinas. So stick around, we will be right back.
2024.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Yes, people, it is now 7:29 in the morning, and you are listening to koolNews, part of Hello Pilipinas. Let's get into the headlines that you need to know from yesterday and today. So here are the top headlines. Despite the political noise about poverty in the country, the government remains on track to attain the single-digit poverty rate by 2028, Finance Undersecretary Dominique Velasquez said on Saturday. Despite politicians' incredulity at poverty data released by the Philippine Statistics Authority last week, what's important here is that we are on track, said Velasquez, Chief Economics of the Department of Finance. By the end of President Marcos' administration, it will be below 10% and in single digits. We are actually on track to bring down poverty to single digits, she added, citing the country's economic fundamentals over the last few years. Except for 3 years, 1998, 2009, and 2020, the Philippine economy has been growing consistently over the past 30 years. In the past 10 years, the average growth clip was at 4.86%, including 9.5% contraction in 2020 or 6.42% excluding 2020. For the first half of 2024, preliminary data showed economic growth of 6.3%, surpassing Malaysia 5.8%, Indonesia 5%, and China 4.7%. The Philippines is now the second fastest growing Asian economy next to Vietnam, 6.9%. Velasquez said the country accomplished this through increased government spending and investment despite weak consumer spending. Velasquez noted that investor confidence has not waned despite the growing political noise. Investors are able to differentiate economic versus political issues, she added. Velasquez cited the country's recent credit out rating upgrade from Japan's largest credit rating agency, Rating and Investment Information Incorporated (RNI). RNI upgraded the Philippines credit rating to A minus with a stable outlook from BBB plus last year. At present, the Philippines hold an A minus rating from the Japan Credit Rating Agency, BBB from Fitch Ratings, Baa2 from Moody's Ratings, and BBB Plus from Standard and Poor's Global Ratings. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who was criticized for his investment promotion trips in the first year of his presidency, was beside himself in the social media accounts. Although this is the first credit upgrade under my administration, we will not stop here. We will keep giving our best to make sure that every Filipino benefits from economic growth until we break the cycle of poverty, Marcos said. He said the improved investment rating will help us bring down borrowing costs and secure cheap and affordable financing for the government, businesses, and ordinary consumers. We can use the money we save to fund different public services like infrastructure, healthcare facilities, and the construction of classrooms for our learners. This will help invest. This will help us invest more on our people, paving the way for more Carlos Yulos in the near future, he said, referring to the 24-year-old star gymnast who bagged 2 gold medals in the Paris Olympics. The president added that the improved credit rating will also entice more investments and businesses to set up shop in the Philippines, leading to the creation of many quality jobs and higher pay for Filipinos. Even the World Bank, in its 2022 report Overcoming Poverty and Inequality in the Philippines, recognized that the country has made strides in reducing poverty. The Philippines has made significant progress in reducing poverty, but income inequality has only recently begun to fall. Thanks to high growth rates and structural transformation, between 1985 and 2080 poverty fell by two-thirds, the WB said. The WB said income equality did not begin to decline until 2022, and the top 1% of earners capture 17% of national income, while the bottom 50% only gets 14%. China has launched a diplomatic protest against the illegal anchoring of the Philippine Coast Guard ship BRP Teresa Mangpungua at this Escoda Sabina Shoal, as it seriously infringes on China's sovereignty. In remarks posted on the website of China's embassy in Manila on Friday, its foreign ministry spokesperson Lin Jin asserted that the shoal, which the Chinese call Xiangbenchao, is part of China's Nasha Guangdao, which the rest of the world calls Spratly Islands. China has protested to the Philippines through diplomatic channels and asked the Philippines to stop its infringement activities and withdraw the vessel at once, Lin said at a news briefing in Beijing. Lin said the PCG ship entered the lagoon of Xinjiang without permission and has been there for a very long time, which seriously infringes on China's sovereignty. There was no immediate response from Malacanang or the Department of Foreign Affairs. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said that the presence of the Teresa Bangua, which was deployed to the shoal following reports of China's small-scale reclamation activities there, threatens the peace and stability in the South China Sea and was a violation of the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea. China is closely monitoring the developments and will take resolute measures to safeguard its territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests and uphold the sanity of the DOC, it added. The non-binding DOC, which was signed by members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN) and China in 2002, was intended to reduce tensions due to conflicting maritime and territorial claims in the South China Sea. China has also raised concerns about the deployment of U.S. missiles in the Philippines, according to Foreign Secretary Enrique Manalo during a forum with the Foreign Correspondents Association of the Philippines on Friday. He said China's foreign minister when he spoke with him on the sidelines of a recent ASEAN meeting in Laos. He once said it could be stabilizing the presence, and I said no, they're not stabilizing, Manalo said. I believe that the particular missiles he's referring to are only there temporarily, he added. The missile system was deployed in April as part of the joint military exercise between the United States and the Philippines, but it was the first time such a system was set up in the Indo-Pacific region. Wang said last month the deployment of the U.S. intermediate-range missile system could fuel regional tensions and lead to an arms race. The Typhoon missile system, capable of firing Tomahawk, Land Attack, and SM-6 missiles, was not fired during the drills, but the Philippines said it was shipped to test the feasibility of transporting the 40-ton weapon system by air. Security engagements between the Philippines and its treaty ally, the United States, have intensified as both nations seek to counter what they see as China's aggressive actions in the South China Sea and New Taiwan. U.S. defense aid pledge. Okay, they don't say anything here, but Washington last month pledged funding of $500 million for Manila's military and Coast Guard. The Philippines has also extended security cooperation with Japan, another key U.S. ally in East Asia, angering China. The Chinese side believes that defense cooperation between countries should not target any third party or disrupt regional peace and stability. Xihan Xiaogang, a spokesperson for China's defense ministry, said on the ministry's social media account. The Philippines are inviting wolves into the house and willingly act as their pawns, which is despised by other regional countries, Xihan said. The 97-meter Teresa Bangua, a multi-role response vessel, has been stationed at the show since mid-April. It is the PCG's longest deployment of its largest ship in the West Philippine Sea to counter China's incursions in the country's 370-kilometer exclusive economic zone. China deployed its China Coast Guard vessel with hull number 5303 to the show to replace China's monster ship, the CCG vessel with bow number 5901, which left the show on August 10, show a staging area. A co-reformation with a central lagoon, Escoda show is 140 kilometer west of Palawan, well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. It has been used by the Philippine Navy and the PCG as a staging area for the resupply missions, so you can select a show, which is also within the country's EEZ. According to responding to a report by Chinese state media Global Times, PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea Commander Jerry Terrella dismissed China's fear that the Philippines was building a forward deployment base at the show as unfounded and absurd. The Global Times reported that the second PCG ship was scheduled to illegally enter the waters of the show to join the Teresa Bangua for joint anchoring. Terrella said China's suspicions about the Philippines engaging in such actions stem from their own pattern of unlawfully occupying maritime areas in the South China Sea, followed by illegal reclamation and provocative militarization of those features. He added that the Global Times report was made to shape perceptions among the domestic audience and the international community, asserting that they have legitimate claims over the entire South China Sea and to distract the international community from their unlawful actions and aggressive behavior. In June, China also protested the Philippines' request to extend its continental shelf claim in the United Nations body. Beijing appealed to the UN Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf to consider the submission filed on June 14 by the Philippines, which invoked its right under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Beijing said that the extended continental shelf beyond 370 kilometers seriously infringed on China's sovereignty, sovereign rights, and jurisdiction in the South China Sea. Almost the entire South China Sea, including the West Philippine Sea, is being claimed by China. This claim has been invalidated by an international arbitral tribunal, which ruled that China had no legal basis for it. Manila, on the other hand, has filed numerous diplomatic protests against Beijing's actions in the West Philippine Sea. According to the DFA, the Philippines has filed over 150 diplomatic protests against China since President Marcos took office. The latest followed the August 8 harassment of a Philippine Air Force plane by two Chinese Air Force combat fighters while it was flying over the country's territorial waters over Panadac's Corporal Show. The Chinese jets fired flares into the path of the PAF plane, which was on patrol. The twin propeller aircraft was safe and no one on board was harmed. Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romeo Bernard Jr. condemned the provocative actions of the People's Liberation Army Air Force, pointing out that it endangered the lives of Filipino personnel undertaking maritime security operations. The incident came after Manila and Beijing agreed to better manage maritime disputes. Manila also said he hoped that China would honor its provisional arrangement within the Philippines on the resupply missions to troops manning the BRB Teresa Sierra Madre, which was intentionally granted to serve as a military outpost at Ayungin in 1999. Okay, stand by. I might have to cook my breakfast in just a bit. Hold on. Okay, thanks for the patience. I am back now. Let's get into a few more headlines before we get into the cool weather. The Court of Tax Appeals has granted the petition of Petron Corporation to They claim a total of 69.6 million pesos in excise to it erroneously paid in 2018 for the importation of lake, a component used to blend and produce cleaner gasoline. In an August 14 decision, the CTA ruled the payment of taxes for the acrylic imports petrol used for its manufacture of fuel was erroneous and illegal, as the compound is not categorically subject to Section 148E of the National Internal Revenue Code. In granting the petition for review filed by the oil company, the tax court directed the Bureau of Internal Revenue to refund or issue tax certificates in the amount of 34.5 million pesos, representing the import duties in January and April 2018. For another round on import taxes in May and July 2018, the Bureau is directed to refund 35.05 million pesos. Considering that ambiguities in tax laws should be construed against the government and in favor of taxpayers, the provision at issue should be interpreted as not imposing taxes on acrylic, the 14-page decision read. Below identified the taxable manufactured oil and other fuel, such as naphtha, regular gasoline, and other products of distillation, as well as aviation turbojet fuel, bunker fuel, kerosene, liquefied petroleum gas, and asphalt. The CDA rejected the argument of beer that acrylic is covered by the tax code, saying the substance cannot be considered a direct product of distillation, similar to the other taxable oil and fuel. The use of distillation for purifying acrylic does not necessarily make it the substance of the direct of distillation, it said. Citing a 2023 decision by the Supreme Court, the tax court also noted that acrylic is exclusively intended for use as a raw material or blending component for the production of unleaded premium gasoline. In the said Supreme Court ruling, acrylic is described as a mere component which can be blended into finished gasoline to help meet the specification requirements, particularly those related to octane quality and volatility. The CTA said as the intended use and nature of acrylic differ greatly from those of naphtha and regular gasoline, the former cannot be placed under the same category as the latter two substances. Alright, now we will get ready for the cool weather forecast from Bagasa. Now just give me a moment. Okay, while we wait for the therapy to prepare for the forecast, let's give me a moment. Okay, Therapy, I think you're happy disconnected from Roblox, I think. Yeah, I think you have to disconnect it. Yeah, I think you have to disconnect it. Okay, alright, so time check, it's 7:50, and now let's get into the cool weather forecast from podcast weather specialist Grace Castaneda.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ngayon ay August 18, 2024 at narito ang update ukol sa maging lagay ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Sa kasalukuyan, yung low pressure area or LPA na minomonitor natin kahapon ay nasa labas na nga ng ating area of responsibility at hindi ito nakakaapekto sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Samantala, ang southwest monsoon o habagat pa rin ang umiiral dito naman sa area ng extreme northern Luzon, kung saan ngayong araw ay magdadala ito ng maulap na kalangitan at mataas din na tsansa ng mga pagulan, pagkilat at pagkulog sa bahagi po yan ng Batanes at Babuyan Islands. At samantala, dito naman sa nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa ay magiging bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap pa rin po yung ating kalangitan at meron pa rin tayong posibilidad ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaan at mga panandaliang pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog lalong-lalo na yan sa hapon at gabi dulot naman ng mga localized thunderstorms. At sa kasalukuyan ay wala po tayong minomonitor or namamataan pa na sama ng panahon na maaaring makaapekto dito sa ating bansa. At para nga sa magiging lagay ng panahon ngayong araw ng linggo, makulimlim na panahon o maulap na kalangitan ng mararanasan dito sa bahagi ng Batanes at Babuyan Islands at magiging mataas din po yung tsansa ng mga pag-ulan, lalong-lalo na po yan pagsapit ng gabi, dulot po yan ng habagat. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala, dito naman sa nalalabing bahagi ng Luzon, kasama na dyan ng Metro Manila, dahil nga po hindi ganun nakakaapekto or hindi umiiral yung southwest monsoon o habagat sa malaking bahagi po ng Luzon, ay patuloy pa rin tayong makakaranas ng mainit na panahon, lalong-lalo na yan sa tanghali. Ngunit meron pa rin po tayong posibilidad ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaang pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog, lalong-lalo na yan sa hapon at gabi, dulot ng mga localized thunderstorms. So kapag po tayo ay lalabas, huwag natin kalilimutan yung pananggalang natin sa init ng araw and also yung pananggalang din po natin sa mga biglaang pag-ulan na ito. And also yung mga regional offices din po natin, nagpapalabas sila ng mga thunderstorm advisories or mga babala ukol sa mga pag-ulan na ito. Agwat ng temperatura sa Metro Manila ay mula 26 to 35 degrees Celsius. Samantala sa bahagi naman ng Visayas at Mindanao ngayong araw ay makakaranas din po ng bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap na kalangitan. Meron pa rin tayong posibilidad ng mga isolated mga pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog, dulot pa rin yan ng mga localized thunderstorms. And during severe thunderstorms, posible pa rin po tayong makaranas ng mga katamtaman hanggang sa mga malalakas na pag-ulan na maaaring magdulot ng pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. So pag-iingat pa rin po para sa ating mga kababayan. Agwat ng temperatura sa Cebu ay mula 24 to 32 degrees Celsius at sa Davao naman ay 25 to 34 degrees Celsius. At para naman sa lagay ng dagat baybayin ng ating bansa, wala po tayong nakataas na gale warning kaya malayong makapalaot yung mga kababayan nating mga isda, pati na rin yung may mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Dito sa Metro Manila, ang araw ay sisikat mamayang 5:43 ng umaga at lulubog mamayang 6:17 ng hapon. Patuloy po tayo magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa at para sa mas kumpletong impormasyon, bisitahin ang aming website pagasa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna ang latest dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Grace Castañeda, magandang umaga po.
And that's the cool weather forecast from Grace Castañeda. Okay, it is now 7:54 and that is the first gap of cool news headlines right here on Hello Pilipinas. As always, we will continue to deliver the news headlines part of Hello Pilipinas later in the next hour. Until then, it is now 7:54 and Hello Pilipinas will be right back. everyone, and then 8:02 in the morning, and welcome to Hello Pilipinas. If you have just joined us to start your Sunday mornings with us. Yes, it is 8:02 people, and welcome to the show. All right, so now let's get into the latest entertainment happenings. Let's get into the latest entertainment happenings now. Just waiting for my browser to load. Okay, for whatever reason it doesn't want to load. I'm not sure why. Okay, there we go. We can now go ahead to... Let's start with the local showbiz and then we go get into the international headlines. Not headlines, I mean international showbiz happenings. Okay, let's get started now with the local showbiz happenings. Alright, here we go. First one. Pok Wong is set to go on date with her newfound friend Richard, who she met on the Especially For You segment of the noontime show It's Showtime. Pok Wong, who has been single for the past 3 years, agrees to go as a researcher on Saturday, August 17th. She was accompanied by her eldest daughter, Meh, who helped her in choosing from the 3 searches. Anong nakumbinsi sa'yo para umupo dito sa Especially For You? Show host Vice Ganda asked, to which Pok Wong jokingly answered na ni-renovate kasi yung bahay. Walang kaming upuan. Turning serious, she continued, Siyempre, I am a fan of this segment. And of course, gusto ko naman din maiba yung ikot ng buhay. May also shared that she had been urging her mom to join this segment. Pero sa akin talaga mas gusto kong tumanda siya or sila nang may magkakasama. The actress and comedian then went on to share her previous relationship with her estranged partner, American actor Lee O'Brien, who is also the father of her youngest daughter, Malia. Pok Wong and the show host opted not to name him during their conversation, with the actress addressing O'Brien only as Kururut Bumblebee. Paso ako, Pok Wong said of her outbreak. Pero sabi ko na nga, minsan si God ang gumagawa ng way kung paano mo sila makikilala. Kung may love, may hope. Kung may hope, may love. When asked if she's open to dating a foreigner again, Pok Wong quipped, kailang kompleto ang papeles, apparently alluding to O'Brien's deportation case. Pok Wong also turned emotional during the interview as she recalled how Meh, who admitted that she was initially aloof from O'Brien, struck off her misgivings for her mom's happiness. Despite this, the mother and daughter underscored that their home has found happiness again, and that they now relive the bond they had before O'Brien came. Pok Wong then got to know the 3 searches by asking them questions, and later chose Richard, a chef, as her date. Singer-actress Ziza Padilla buried her long battle with UTR, or urinary tract infection, after she had her 3rd kidney operation. Padilla took to Instagram to share photos of her lying in a hospital bed with her family members, including one with her daughter, actress host Cairo, who paid her a visit. The singer then recalled the first time she had a surgery to combat her problem with the defective blood rector. For many years, I have had endless battles with UTI, and taking oral antibiotics became routine. They had no proper medicine in the Philippines while I was growing up, and doctors only saw my real problem in 2007, she shared. So my first surgery to correct this problem was 17 years ago. Right after filming Ziza Journal in 2007, I underwent open surgery to finally correct my left udder. It was tempered and reinserted in my bladder, she continued. The Black Magic actress shared that when she was in the United States, she was advised not to have surgery. It was only when she came to Singapore recently that she was allowed to do a surgery procedure. They told me that they could do laparoscopic surgery to correct my problem. We said a day, and now I'm still in the hospital recuperating. I'm glad they didn't open me up. And of course, my case wasn't an easy one since I had already been operated on before. And there are scar tissues to deal with, she said. My body is a map of all these surgical battles it's been through. This is my third surgery with regard to the left side of my kidney. In 2012, after Dolphy died, I had a growth taken out, so a partial epectomy was performed on my left kidney, added the actress. But Delia then extended her gratitude to the people who prayed for her recovery. I love you all and wish to thank those who have said prayers for my surgery. And to those reading this, kindly say a prayer that everything will be alright and that I will have a that I will have a quick recovery, she expressed. Meanwhile, Padilla's estranged ex-husband, Dr. Modesto Longhari, recently died. Harrell, who announced her father's death on August 13, didn't disclose when or how old Dr. Modesto was at the time of his death. Fans of Atamoralio and San Hernandez could not help but be getting over the pair, who recently bonded alongside friends in the city of love. Hernandez documented their trip, which appears to have transpired during the recent Paris Olympics, as seen on her Instagram page on Friday, August 16. During the trip, Hernandez and Aurelio visited museums and enjoyed meals with their joyless friends Nico Bua, Gretchen Malalat, and Nadia Trinidad. The five of them were also seen holding a Philippine flag while at the Olympics venue. Art, food, and lots of Pinoy pride with dear friends. Sante. Hernandez captioned her post. More moments from their tour were shared by Bua, Mamalat, and Trinidad through their respective Instagram pages. And Gianna Revilla, the daughter of Bong Revilla and Lani Mercado, and her non-showbiz husband, Jet Patricio, had held an all-white party where they announced that their first child is a baby boy. It's a boy. Thankful and grateful, Gianna exclaimed while giving a glimpse of the event through her Instagram page on Friday, August 16. Yesterday was filled with pure joy and love as Jet and I celebrate a new season in our lives, she continued. We thank God for this precious blessing and to our families and friends, your support and excited need to offer to us. We love you so much. During the party, Gianna and Patricio opened a huge box containing balloons in which the pair says, excuse me, in which the race "It's a boy" was written. Aside from her parents, Gianna's siblings as well as her actress friend Charlie Dizon were present at the celebration. So look at the photos. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And the next one, it says it's a boy. Yep, looking good here. Wait, there's more. We will get into one more. But as Korean Sanchez has reached out to the National Bureau of Investigation Cybercrime Unit to report an individual pretending to be her and asking for supposed donations for typhoon victims. The virtual broadcaster shared a notice to the public through her Instagram page on Friday, August 16th. Someone has been texting people I know, asking for telephone numbers of other people I know. A QR code is being sent supposedly to donate to typhoon victims, Sanchez said. This is not me. Do not respond. Do not give. She advised her friends and followers. They are now being reported to the NBI Cybercrime Unit. Netizens lamented how such modus has been prevalent now, while some of Sanchez's friends disclosed that they almost fell victim to the national pretending to be the broadcaster. Prior to Sanchez, several showbiz personalities also warned against scammers who introduced themselves as celebrities to collect donations for the victims of the recent Typhoon Karina. Among them were Max Collins, Roberta Tamondon, Jolina McDongal, and Atoinete Aus. Aside from these cases, there are also scammers who use artificial intelligence AI to replicate celebrities' voices to sell products. Actor Marvin Augustine was one of those whose voice were replicated by scammers. And now let's get into the international happenings, starting with the K-pop here. All they wanted was to share their talents not only with Filipinos but with the rest of the world. In 2022, Wilson Threat, Maki, Tom, and Elle came close to reaching that goal as finalists of the survival talent show Dream Maker. However, they placed 10th, 11, 14, 15, and 16 respectively, falling short of being part of the competition's planned pop group that would be known as Horizon. For a while, they thought that it was the end of the line, but little did they know that their journey was as aspiring idols was only getting started. In 2023, MLD Entertainment, the South Korean company that co-produced Dreammaker, announced that it had signed the boys as trainees. After a year of rigorous, all-encompassing training under Korean instructors in Seoul, the quintet debuted last July as the boy band New ID. I never imagined that I will end up being part of New ID, but everything happens for a reason. I believe that if it's God's will, that it will happen, Maki told the Inquirer in an interview. As the name suggests, New ID's concept revolves around assuming different musical and stylistic identities with every song they release. The pre-debut songs, ER and Deja Vu, were described as dark, mysterious, sexy. But for the new single, the string-laden dance track, Ghost, they lean toward a more mature and emotional approach to better convey the pains of acquainted love. We were trained to do whatever concept is thrown at us. It's in our identity to deliver the message through relatable songs and powerful performance, said the group, adding their current sound is inspired by second-generation K-pop groups. If there's anything they learned from their experiences so far, that it's a setback can be just a stepping stone in disguise. One can always hope that and dream, and with hard work and persistence, what was once out of their grasp is finally in their hands. No matter how tough the road gets or how many times I stumble, the key is to persevere and never lose sight of my dreams. It's a lesson in resilience and determination which are vital in navigating the industry, Tom related. This experience taught me to embrace our journey with optimism that a positive mindset will help us achieve our ambitions. Truth be told, their failure to make it into the top 7 of Dreammaker was the boys' biggest heartbreak. But now that we're given the opportunity to showcase what we have got, we promise not to waste it. This is such a massive privilege, New ID Threat said. In the Survivor show, our first instinct was just to survive and get through the challenges. But as part of the New ID, surviving is not enough. We should also strive there to thrive, he stressed. Thankfully, they said their training in Korea equipped them to be well-rounded performers who are as emotionally in tune as they are technically proficient. Their performers will aim not only to impress but to inspire. We were taught to be more responsible and disciplined. Being an artist isn't just about performing on stage. It's also about your personality, track set in of the group, which has recently embarked on the Debut Showcase Small Tour. We want to make our people happy with our music, all added. We want to send a good message to everyone and help spread love and positivity. And that's the showbiz happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 8:18 and we will get into the gaming happenings coming up right here on Hello Pilipinas. So stick around. It is now 8:18 and we will be right back. Welcome back to Hello Pilipinas. It is now 8:06 and now let's get into the gaming happenings right now. Alright, let's get into the gaming now. No. Ah, my phone, my god. Okay, now let's get into Niche Gamer as always. If we have anything new here. Okay, well, this is interesting. This is interesting. So, Zenless Zone Zero recasts voice actor after supporting failed boycott on the game. So, not too long ago, we covered the failed... Yeah, that's according to Niche Gamer, we didn't cover that much. But Niche Gamer covered the failed boycott on Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero developer MiHoYo. However, it seems the developer recast its voice actors for supporting the same boycott on games they worked on. Cartine Lin, a voice actor on several MiHoYo games like Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero, has been recast in both games as of July 31st and August 14, respectively. First noticed by YouTuber Hero Hey, Lin voiced Hao Hao in Honkai Star Rail and Lucy in Zenless Zone Zero. Lin publicly voiced support for the boycott, which claimed her employer MiHoYo was racist, while also accusing the games of cultural appropriation and whitewashing. Curiously, the other recast English voice actor in Zenless Zone Zero work for Kaku hasn't been publicly announced. Oof. Jumping back to Twitter to say your voices matter, and I'm so proud of our community for using Dirks. We tweet, email, speak up. Lin said, our community is strong. It's worth noting the previous post by Lin was made a couple days after MiHoYo boycott campaign ramped up and started rallying both fans and voice actors to try to sway the company. I think it's safe to say that we all had enough of this erasure of our cultures and identities, and account dedicated to the boycott previously said. Announced earning over 100,000 signatures, MiHoYo or Holoverse's latest game, Zenless Zone Zero, racked in over $100 million in its first month, leading many to question the validity of the petition signatures. Some have speculated the recasting is the result of another SAG of AFTRA strike. However, the decision was made before the union's national board gave power to its chief negotiator to declare a strike. Furthermore, another Genshin Impact voice actor for Carlos Scruse, played by Valeria Rodriguez, further confirms Lin and other voice actors were actively supporting the boycott for their employer. I am in the comments virtually beating haters, V-Nation, showing in my crusade, Rodriguez said. Courtney is an incredibly kind and caring human being. She doesn't deserve this. 2 arms. When fans of the games asked why Lin's early post was getting so many negative responses for supporting the boycott, Rodriguez proceeded to call them racist. It's more than so the racist Genshin Impact fans coming out of the woodwork because she dared to agree with us wanting better representation. At Lin and other actors, though it's worth noting, RA and those premium. This is, well, very. Steam has announced they're taking action in what they call joke reviews by resorting to how their comments appear. Many of these reviews feature ASCII art and meme art and one-word post. One-word reviews comprised of ASCII art or reviews that are primarily playful memes and jokes are now considered by Valve to be unhelpful and will be sorted behind other reviews on the game's store page by default. Because Valve determined the current system of voting for an unhelpful review to be ineffective, the company has installed a new helpfulness system that creates posts by their helpfulness and puts more detailed and informative reviews on top. Humorous or ASCII posts will still be seen by sorting the posts by date. According to the Steam frequently asked questions, positive and negative reviews are not affected. Also coming with the changes are new rules for the Steam store which no longer permits vendors to include links in the descriptions. The changes will be implemented in September. Valve claims that many of the images with links in game descriptions of several games were actually redirected to other games, so the store has now officially declared a ban on this practice. Valve also said it wants to encourage game developers that use prologue to use it for playable demos instead. The new change also prohibits buttons mimicking Steam's store user interface or buttons. Valve said the changes will prevent players from being confused at the Steam page while reviewing or buying a game. Magical Farming Sim Garden Witch Live launches next month. Publisher Sodesco and developer Freetime Studio have announced a release date for Garden Witch Live, their cozy magical farming site sim. Garden Witch Live is launching on September 12th across PC via Steam and the Game Epic Games Store, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PS5. So here's the rundown. We will not get into too much, but here's the rundown. After losing a job, you end up in a small town far away from home. As luck would have it, you get to stay in a vegan witch's house and start building your new life. Build your own garden, grow plants for your portions and spells, and build friendships with the townsfolk. Build your garden. Restore and reinvent an old magical garden, grow regular plants and ingredients per portions, and make it home to all matters of critters and spirits. And so here are the features: mental balance, brew portions and cook, improve the house, become part of the community, explore a mysterious history, improve skills and tools, and pet all the creatures. Oh man, the last part just said yes. Very hilarious. An open universe based sandbox game for the Stars has been announced. Art series publisher Snail Games has announced For the Stars a new open universe based sandbox game. For the Stars is in development for Windows PC via Steam, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5, though a release date wasn't announced. Players will be able to explore and settle a universe of diverse planets, discover alien tech and research new tech, customize their spacecraft, get into space battles, and more. We are thrilled to finally officially announce 40 Stars after 3 years of development. 40 Stars game director Primus Majad said in the press release. We are gamers first and foremost. We love survival games and Snails has a lot of experience with them. We have an ambitious game in mind and we are taking what we have learned from other projects to make it happen. Our goal is to create a game that's played like a sandbox survival game but has the impact of the 4x Galaxy Civilization game. So there you go. That's the gaming happenings right here. And now, as we get ready for another batch of koolNews headlines and anime happenings, it is now 8:36 and we will be right back. Stick around.
25.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Yes, people, it's now 8:44, and now let's get into the last few headlines for koolNews for this morning. Let's get into that now. Okay, so I'm waiting for the website to load. I just got back here. A magnitude 7.0 earthquake struck off the coast of Russia's far eastern Kamchatka Peninsula early Sunday morning local time, according to the Regional Earthquake Monitoring Service. The local emergency ministry said tremors were felt along the coast, including in the region's capital, Petrogorsk, Kamchatka. Operational teams of rescuers and firefighters are inspecting buildings. The regional branch of Russia's emergencies ministry in the Kamchatka region said on Telegram. The earthquake struck at the depth of nearly 50 kilometers or 30 miles just after 7 a.m. local time, some 90 kilometers east of Petrogorsk, Kamchatka, the United States Geological Survey reported. The U.S. National Tsunami Warning Center had initially issued a tsunami threat, but later said the threat had passed. Local authorities never issued a tsunami alert. Several aftershocks were recorded after the initial quake, but of lower intensity, the Kamchatka branch of Russia's Unified Geophysical Service reported on its website. The peninsula lies on the seismically active belt surrounding most of the Pacific Ocean, known as the Ring of Fire, and is home to more than 2,000 active volcanoes. Scandal plagued former Congressman George Santos, a New York Republican who was ejected from the House after being charged with bankrolling a lavish lifestyle with stolen donor cash, tends to plead guilty on Monday, U.S. media reported. The 36-year-old outlandish downfall came after it was revealed he had fabricated almost his entire backstory and was indicted on dozens of federal charges in 2023 of stealing from campaign donors, credit card fraud, money laundering, and identity theft. Santos, who has previously denied the charges, allegedly used donor money for Botox treatments and the OnlyFans porn website, as well as luxury Italian goods and vacations to the Hamptons and Las Vegas, according to a congressional ethics committee. U.S. media reported Saturday that Santos is expected to plead guilty in federal court in Central Islip, New York, to multiple counts. This story was first reported that Santos is expected to plead guilty in a federal report in. Sorry, I already read that one. This story was first reported by Talking Points Memo, which cited Republican donors who were fleeced by Santos and who were notified of his plea deal by federal prosecutors. Terms of the deal and any sentencing were not yet clear, according to the New York Times. The ex-lawmaker, who was otherwise scheduled to head to trial on September 9, could still change his mind. Santos swept into the House of Representatives in 2022, helping the Republicans grab a tiny majority, but it quickly emerged that almost his entire backstory was a fabrication, from his education and religion to his personal history and professional experience. His bizarre biographical fabrications included claiming to have worked for Goldman Sachs, being Jewish, and having been a college volleyball star. He was ultimately doomed by a congressional ethics investigation that found overwhelming evidence of misconduct and accused him of seeking to fraudulently exploit every aspect of his House candidacy. Santos became only the third person to be ejected as a U.S. lawmaker since the Civil War, a rebook previously reserved for traitors and convicted criminals. He was initially indicted on 13 charges in May 2023, before 10 more counts were added in October. In February, voters in his suburban New York district picked Democrat Tom Suozzi to replace him. Social media platform X, formerly Twitter, will shutter its local operations in Brazil following a bitter legal tussle over the platform's rights and responsibilities, owner Elon Musk said on Saturday. The service will remain available to Brazilian users. The closure was the apparent culmination of an ongoing legal battle between Musk and Brazilian Supreme Court Judge Alexandre de Moraes, who has said he is trying to fight the spread of dangerous disinformation online. A post Saturday from X Global Government Affairs Department said Moraes had threatened our legal representative in Brazil with arrest if we do not comply with his censorship orders. It said the office closure was necessary to protect the safety of our staff, adding the responsibility lies solely with Alexandre de Moraes. Moraes previously had ordered the suspension of several Twitter accounts suspected of spreading disinformation, including those of supporters of former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro, who tried to discredit the voting system in the 2022 presidential election, which he lost. Freedom of expression doesn't mean freedom of aggression, Moraes has said. It doesn't mean the freedom to defend tyranny. Moraes has spread the battle against disinformation in South Africa's largest nation. He presides over Brazil's superior electoral victory bundle, and last year it declared Bolsonaro ineligible to run again for office, saying he had disseminated false information about the electoral system. Musk and other critics have said Moraes as part of a sweeping crackdown on free speech. The CEO said Saturday that had X complied with Moraes' order, there was no way we could explain our actions without being ashamed. In April, Moraes ordered an investigation of Musk. An order seen by AFP showed Moraes accusing Musk of criminal instrumentalization of the platform. Moraes said Musk had reactivated bank accounts, and he threatened with the billionaire with a fine of about $20,000 for each instance. Social networks are not lands without laws, Moraes wrote. Musk responded that while X might lose its Brazilian revenue, principles matter more than profit. And finally, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky said Saturday his forces were strengthening their positions in Russia's Kursk region, where Kiev has been mounting a major ground offensive. His comments come a day after Russian officials accused Ukraine of destroying a key bridge across the river Seinem that cuts through the border region, as Kiev seeks to disrupt the movement of Moscow's troops in the area. Ukraine Army Chief Alexander Sky reported on the strengthening of the positions of our forces in the Kursk region and the expansion of stabilized territory, Zelensky said in the post on Telegram. As of this morning, we have replenished the exchange fund for our country, Zelensky said, referring to Russian soldiers Ukraine has captured to be used in future prisoner swaps. I thank all the soldiers and commanders who are taking Russian soldiers prisoner and thus bringing the release of our soldiers and civilians helped by Russia closer, Zelensky said. And that is it for Cool News for this morning right here on Hello Pilipinas. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvhphilippines.news@gmail.com. And we are not stopping our news headlines just yet, as we will continue delivering them later when we return with Cool News at noon, Cool News at 4, Cool News at 6, and Cool News Prime Time. Until then, I am Carol. Now let's get back into normal segments with Hello Pilipinas. Alright, it is now 8:54 in the evening, not evening, sorry, 8:54 in the morning, and now let's get into the anime happenings. That's right, people. Let's get into the anime happenings. Alright, now let's get started. Let's see what's new here. Right, we're gonna have to talk about this. Attack on Titan finale compilation film announced for November. The staff for the Attack on Titan anime announced on Saturday that a compilation film of the finale of the anime, Attack on Titan final season, the final chapters, will open in theaters on November 8th. The film is titled Attack on Titan, the movie, The Last Attack. The film will be 145 minutes long, with 5.1 channel surround sound, and be a brush-up edition of the two parts of the final season. Link Horizons, Nisen Sen Moshikuwa Limen Nen Ato no Kimi or To You in 2000 or 20,000 years from now will return as a theme song. Pokemon franchise gets in-flight safety disembarkation videos for all Nippon Airways. Gonna fly them all! All Nippon Airways began streaming Pokemon team in-flight safety and disembarkation videos for its airlines on Thursday. The safety video has voice instructions in Japanese and English for passengers. The even CG animated Pokemon appear to help illustrate the instructions, including the Berzel wearing a life vest, a Jigglypuff angry pointing off at a smoking passenger, and a Machamp using two of its forehands to hold up a safety instruction card. The disembarkation video tells a voiceless tale of a Pikachu who goes missing at the airport. Luckily, Pikachu finds its owner before the flight takes off among several flying Pokemon, including a few legendaries. Passengers on ANA's Pikachu Jet NH and AV Jet NH planes will be able to see the Pokemon team videos. China Airlines also has Pokemon airplanes, but it did not announce that it was using the new team videos. The videos feature remix music from the original games performed by the NHK Symphony Orchestra. The videos feature subtitles depending on the countries that the airline is operating in, including Japanese, English, French, German, Chinese, Simplified, Chinese Traditional, Cantonese, Hong Kong, Korean, Thai, Vietnamese, Malaysian, Indonesian, Tagalog, Hindi, Spanish, Turkey, Italian, and Swedish. They also use Japanese Sign Language and International Sign. The safety video debuted at the Haneda Airport in Tokyo at a special event featuring Pokemon World Championship players, NAA Executive Vice President Moto Aki Ueno, and the Pokemon Company Chief Operating Officer Kateto Tsunomiya on a Pikachu Jet NH airplane to Honolulu TVHI for the 2024 Pokemon World Championships. And Team Mouse Polygon Pictures collaborate to produce multiple CG series. Team Mouse and Polygon Pictures announced on Thursday that they are working together to develop and produce multiple CG series that they will announce this year. Team Mouse is known for such so that's a lot of contributed there. So yeah, that's what we know so far for CG series. And lastly, for what's happening in Japanese box office, 2024 Korean Shin-chan film opens at number 2, Bochi the Rock opens at number 6. So there you go. We are being quicker since we are indeed running out of time. So that's the anime happenings for now. Okay, so now let's get into the quote of the day to end of our morning broadcast here. So here is the quote of the day from Brittany Quote. Hitch your wagon to a star from Waldo Emerson. And that is it for Hello Pilipinas this morning. As always, thank you so much for joining us to start your Sunday mornings with us right here on Hello Pilipinas. And yes, we will be back again next week, same time, same stations, and TVH Network viewers coming up now is Science Show. While on koolFM, you'll be hearing Japanese anime hits right after the show. Until then, I'm Cairo. Have a good morning. Stay safe and take care. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye-bye. Good morning.